But this makes so much sense.
It does. It's so impressive.
That's spooky. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a deep dive into my past life, and a little about what that means for my present and what it means for, you know, the choices I make and the purpose of my current life. And yeah, we have Sandra and Jelena here as well.
Oh,
gorgeous lady. And we're gonna do hers as well. I'm gonna link hers in this video as well, so be sure to check that out. So we do have a little cozy little tarot spread that we're gonna use, that we found. I'm gonna link where we found it. I'm not gonna pay for anything right now. I'm gonna link where we found it in the comment section as well, so you can check that out. As we were saying, we are doing this spread that goes from 1 down here to 15 up here. It's like all through past life to present life, basically, right?
Oh my god.
And number 1 up here should be personality attributes of past life. So that is the first card we're gonna turn over. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, and we're gonna do Sandra's after, by the way, so stay tuned for that. So we have 3 of needles, which would be swords. So we have forgiveness, moving on, and optimism as keywords. That is very cute.
It really is, and it is very well fitting.
Very well fitting. So that again was personality attributes of past life. So I would assume that in that case I would have been someone who, you know, was very forgiving and kind, and you know.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, let's
so
show the people here.
So it's one of the things that you are good at?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So you are
personality attributes. So this is what, from my understanding, it would be what people would say about me.
And you are very forgiving.
Yeah.
So you are a very optimistic person.
Yeah.
And very forgiving, and what is
and
moving on.
So I must have had like some sadness in some way.
Yeah.
Since moving on was like a key part of,
yeah.
You know, something must have happened.
But also that you maybe had this, like, you moved on from stuff easily.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that could also be, yeah.
Also, it fits well with the forgiveness. Like, you are not someone who's holding a grudge, you know, towards people in the past life.
So the next one is physical attributes of past life. So it would be more like my physical abilities or physical...
Alright, like body-wise, or...
Yeah, but also I guess what I physically was good at, I assume.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that would be this one. Yeah. Would be this one. Let's see. Ace of Cups, creativity.
Oh!
New love and compassion. So I was a very compassionate person.
Yes.
We don't even know if I was female in past life, no? I could technically
Is there something where you kind of get a feeling if you are or not?
No.
That would actually be interesting. Maybe we should take a card to see, are you female? I mean, there is a king and there's a queen. There is male and female energy.
And, you know, depending on what you believe, this could just be one of many past lives.
Oh, yeah.
Or it could be, you know, one past life, like the past life.
It could be it is the past life that's connected with this life.
So this was a jumper. When we pulled for if I was male or female, I feel like I was female.
Yeah.
Based on this cards with the birds, and you know, it's very feminine energy.
Yes.
Because there is also animals in this deck that has like top hats and, you know,
yeah, exactly.
smokes a pipe, and you know, it's very like masculine animals in general. But I feel like this is very feminine.
You have been a feminine in this life.
Female
or in that life.
So the creativity, I could have been like, either it could have been, you know, like herbalist or, you know, flower something, or...
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Or either like sewing, like clothes.
Yeah, sewing, that's like, it fits with that one.
It does. That could also be.
Yeah.
It could be. That's interesting.
It is.
But yeah, I feel like I definitely must have done something with my hands. Like,
yeah.
It's very that energy. I feel.
It is. It is. It has. It has and it is.
Oh, did we show this, by the way? I don't think we did. Ace of Cups, if it wants to focus. I feel like it always takes forever. There you go.
Oh.
There.
That is so interesting.
So the next one is spiritual attributes of past life, and that one, whew,
Yeah,
was a little
tricky.
tricky. Ooh, manipulation, deception, all talk.
All talk.
Okay. So I feel like maybe I was spiritually manipulated in my past life.
Oh, that could be.
Like maybe some religion like was messing with my head.
Yeah,
Or it's very controlling.
I straight up got this witchiness, like witchcraft, or you know, like the 1800s, like we spoke about that we had past life together. Like
right,
you couldn't really do that, you know.
Right. Oh, you mean like I was very spiritual, but I had to manipulate people into thinking I was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could also be. With the deception and you know.
And people manipulated you with like, no, you can't be that way because you know.
Yeah, you can't be that. You have to like straighten out. You have to this and that. All these.
And again, you have been a very forgiving person, so you have been very like, yeah, okay. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least you know, at least on the surface.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Like two people have been very like conscious of what I said and what I did and.
You know what just rings a bell?
What?
Because I know you spoke about that you had a hard time telling people that you did tarot cards.
Yeah.
In this life.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Which is interesting considering this because it very echoes my past life.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
It very does. Maybe it's like some like because we have a death card here.
Ooh. Oh my god.
So that's where we're gonna get really deep, you guys. Like that's gonna be.
That is very.
This is already like really heavy. I feel like I can barely talk.
It's like.
Yeah, like
but again,
it's really
it makes
heavy,
sense with the past life because you
does.
do have a fear of not a fear, but
like I do hold back in terms of these kind of things because I wouldn't say it's not a thing that's not approved necessarily for people, but more so like. I feel like a lot of it for me is like it's not necessarily other people's business.
Yeah.
Like I know I can trust you guys and our community here on YouTube is amazing and we love you guys so much. You're very supportive, but fact of the matter is not all people like that. No. And I'm still taking baby steps. Remember, I only just started this in September, so it's still a new thing. And you know, I'm still working on the whole confidence in my readings and stuff.
But it's way better.
It's I'm getting better
can't
fast.
Say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fast learner. But I do feel this is a young age, like maybe 18 or 17.
Yeah. Yeah,
could be.
Definitely. Or maybe I didn't even live that long.
That could also be.
Now that you've felt that.
The witchy thing.
Yeah, but I also mean like you felt like it was very young.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that could also translate into I didn't live that long.
That could also be, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I get 28 in my head.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's actually a relatively old age for that.
For that age, yeah.
But young in our standards.
Yeah. Well, let's see if there's anything else.
There probably is. We have a lot of cards to go through.
No, that's it.
Ooh, okay. So number 4, let's see, that's this one. This is overall life.
Oh.
So this is a heavy card.
Yeah.
Actually. Let's see what we have. 8 of Matches, movement, air travel, quick decisions.
How interesting is that?
Very interesting.
Air travel. That's again something that's connected with your this life.
Yeah, it very much is. But I also feel like, and this was right side up by the way, I also feel like that maybe the movement and quick decisions, maybe I was found out. Maybe I had to flee or something. That was what immediately popped into my head.
Oh, well, intuitively that's what's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I was very much like on the run.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was by choice or by necessity, but with the quick decisions I feel like I maybe had to.
It would make sense actually.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It really is. I love how everything ties together.
Yeah.
Because we could easily just get like a card where we're like, where in the world does that fit? But this makes sense so far.
It does.
With the little story that we're going with so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is wild.
It is. I love this already.
So number 5 is birth.
Mm.
So this is a card where I'm a little, you know, like, what does this card actually mean? Birth.
Yeah.
Because I came into the world, obviously, but what else is there to birth?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we talking about, like, was I birthed in marriage or out of, like, what is this card?
Yeah. What was this again?
This was overall life. So my overall life was a lot of movement, a lot of air travel, a lot of quick decisions, and a lot of, you know...
What's the card after the birth?
Childhood, and then adolescence, adulthood, and death.
Okay, so this must have been something to do with your birth, like birth.
We will see.
Yes.
What this is.
Maybe something with your parents or something.
We have 5 of needles right side up. Disagreement, surrender.
Oh!
Sneakiness. So I was clearly birthed outside of marriage.
Yes, you were!
Like,
I had the same feeling.
I was a bastard child.
You were a bastard child! You were Jon Snow.
I was Jon Snow. Like, maybe even from a lover.
Yeah! Oh, that is... Oh, T!
Oh, that's crazy. So, like, initially I had no idea. Like, I was trying to go through cards in my head, like, when we talked about it.
Yeah.
I was like, what could possibly fit in this? But this makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah.
For a birth card, you know?
Yeah. That is crazy.
Because if these 2 cards had been switched, what would you say? Like, I would have no idea.
No, exactly.
But this makes so much sense.
It does. It's so impressive.
That's spooky. Oh, that's wild. I'm getting, like, goosebumps.
Kiri is shocked.
I'm shook. Shook.
Shookish.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so disagreement. So not only was I probably a bastard child, I was probably, like, someone's love child outside of marriage, and not only that, they were probably found out.
Yeah. Like disagreeing if they should keep you or not, or have you or not. Or...
Well, maybe that, or maybe like a disagreement in terms of they ended up in divorce or like leaving.
That could
or,
be, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That is so interesting.
Oh, that is. Okay, so the next one we have is childhood. What my childhood was like. I feel like I will be surprised if this is a really positive card.
Yeah. Well, you are a very forgiving person.
Yes, true. But in order to be a forgiving person, you have to have stuff you need to forgive.
Yes. But it's also, I think, yeah. Yeah.
We have King of Matches. Born leader.
Ooh.
Vision and intense success. Wow.
It makes sense that you got, you know, strong of, you know.
Yeah, this is not what I expected, actually. What I would guess is that, you know, more so I was like, you know, the leader of the pack of the children I was surrounding myself with back then.
Yeah.
And like very much the one, you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. Maybe like a responsible person in the friend group.
Yes, yes.
Wanting the best for my friend group.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, but it's all about the intuition, so...
Yeah.
It's intuition training.
Yeah. So I feel like I must have had a tight group of friends. I don't feel like it was a big group, necessarily, but, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I was a kid you didn't mess with.
Yeah, yeah.
I was very forgiving, but also, you know, the one people the other kids came to if they had trouble.
Yes.
Maybe. So the next card will be the teenage years. Yes? Okay. Okay, stress, burned out, responsibility, delegation. We have 10 of matches.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like maybe there was too much pressure put on me in my childhood.
Yeah.
And that may have resulted in, you know, me feeling tired and burned out. And,
Yeah.
like, I was doing a lot, like, trying to do the best for other people, which in turn, you know, burned me out and stressed me out, and, you know, because I had so much on my shoulders.
Which again is your life. In this life!
Yeah, well, if I was, like, logically, if I was a bastard child, the odds of me being left by my parents are quite big, actually.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So I could have been a street child. And be tired at that point.
You could also have been that, yeah.
Yeah. King of the streets.
King of the streets!
I mean, it's speculation, of course, but I feel like it makes sense.
It does. That is interesting.
It is. So look at this little story we're...
Yeah, we're unfolding her past.
Yeah, we really are.
Life.
It feels that way. It feels that way. That's intense. It's a little worrisome for my adulthood in my past life that I was burned out as a teenager, I feel like.
Oh yeah. That's pretty early.
It is early to be burned out, I would say, but, you know. I mean, if I was living on the streets, it would make sense, because...
Yeah, back then, oh yeah.
It cannot have been easy.
No.
Okay. See what adulthood had in store. I cannot. There we go. So we have 9 of buttons. Overextended workaholic. Beyond means. Okay. So with this, maybe this is a hard one. Well, definitely it fits with an adulthood, but I feel like I was maybe working very hard to please people I was around, or to be accepted for what it was that I actually did.
Yeah.
Because it really ties in with the page of needles we have, with the manipulation and the deception and that. I feel like those two things are tightly knit.
They actually are.
Because I would work logically, I would work very hard if I needed to hide that, but also keep up a job, if it was my job at the same time.
Yeah. It makes sense, actually,
you know,
in the combination with everything else.
It does. And workaholic, well, yes, that also makes sense.
Yeah.
With the, you know...
Working hard to get to where you want.
Yeah. And also beyond means... It could be that I was living beyond, like, literally I was living beyond my means.
Yeah.
You know, that I was trying to put up this performer that, you know, I may have been come from the streets when I was a kid, but now I'm, like, trying to put up this facade of living a greater life or a better life than I could maybe afford.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Look at you using your intuition today.
Yeah, look at me go. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Look at the difference. I'm way too fast today.
I just talk a lot. So the next card. That's the death card.
Oh, moo.
Moo.
Oh,
so now we're actually onto the last card of my actual past. The next cards after that is more about lessons and more about, you know, this life and what my past life was teaching me in this life. So,
are you ready?
Yes, let's just rip off the bandage. The Hierophant.
Oh my God.
Indiscretion, freedom, rebellion. I feel like I was probably executed in some way.
Yeah, I was just about to say suicide or execution, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like with the rebellion and the freedom and indiscretion, I don't think it was suicide.
Oh, rebellion, yeah.
And the freedom part of it. So I feel like I died for my purpose.
Makes sense, yeah.
Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, especially, you know, if I have realized at some point along the way that my spiritual path, that I should be allowed to live my spiritual path.
Yes.
And maybe not everybody agreed with that.
Probably not.
Maybe I got cocky and indiscreet, and that led, I mean...
Yeah.
It would make sense. Also with the deception, maybe I was even lured into like a false sense of, false sense of security. Also with the Ace of Cups, with the compassion and the trust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That maybe I was lured into. It's okay to be the way you are. Don't be afraid. You can come out as whatever it is you need to, and clearly backfired.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that
maybe
would
that's
be my
why
undoing.
And again, that's maybe why you have the forgiveness.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah. Like I feel like overall my past self had like a huge sense of justice, and like I wanted not only for myself but also for the people who would like me to be.
Yeah. I would say, yeah.
Would that make sense?
It will.
I feel like it makes
or
sense.
Or would. Yes.
Would make sense.
It does.
It does. That was interesting. So that was
Yeah.
actually like pretty much my whole past life.
Yeah. Told you 22.
Yes. Lesson learned 1 is number 10. That's this one. So these two are lessons I learned from this past life. Regeneration, recovery, rise above.
Oh.
10 of Needles. Reversed. So I feel like what my past self was trying to teach me was maybe to rise above what other people think about.
Yeah.
Cost what it will cost.
Yeah.
That I need to like stand my ground for what I believe in.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what other people tell me about it, and no matter the consequences to me necessarily.
It makes sense actually.
Yeah.
That
it
is,
does.
It's impressive how much all the cards connect with each other.
And also regeneration and recovery. It could be something about that maybe in my past life I was too focused on other people compared to focused on my own well-being.
Yeah. Like you said with the...
with the King of Matches.
The King of Matches, yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very impressive.
Ooh, the sun.
Ooh, what was that
Happiness.
for?
Oh, that is a lesson 2.
Oh, okay.
Happiness, joy, optimism. Yeah.
To find joy and happiness.
Yeah.
Be optimistic. You had the optimistic.
I did have the optimistic.
2 times.
So probably what I get from that is, following my path will grant me happiness.
Yeah.
And follow what I believe in will grant me happiness.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because again, the reverse Hierophant was also about freedom and rebellion.
Yeah.
So maybe even in death I felt like, I was free because I expressed myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I like that. It's very poetic.
It's very, very poetic. Like this is something like it sounds like a book.
Yeah.
Or a movie. Like I could see this movie being made of
yeah, exactly.
I would watch the hell out of that.
Someone make this a movie.
It would make sense. And also like for quote unquote, if you talked about it like that, character development would be super strong. Like
oh god, yeah.
This is badass. I like
it
this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what we're gonna get for you.
Yeah. Death and destruction.
Nah. Past life purpose. Ooh. So this is one I'm actually really intrigued by, because this, in order for this whole spread to work, this card needs to fit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So that there's a lot of pressure on this card. Disharmony, distrust, tension. I feel like the disharmony was a running theme. Like I was very forgiving, but I was also not really in harmony with myself for most of the things. Like for most of my past life, like I tried to hide who I was. I tried to hide all these things, which of course built up a lot of tension. You could see in my teenage years that, I got so stressed that I kind of shut down about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like maybe also with the distrust, maybe my past life could also be trying to teach me to be a little more careful with the amount of people I trust, because that would subconsciously make sense with my life now.
It would,
because I have a very small friend circle.
Yeah.
In general, which I don't mind. It's super great for me. But I feel like in this life, my social circle was a lot bigger than it is in this life.
So people don't take advantage of you in this life.
Yeah, because I feel like I was taken advantage of in the life we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
In the worst way possible, especially if I was like lured into some sort of false sense of security. Yeah. Then that really makes sense.
Yeah.
But with life's purpose about it, maybe it was just overall to teach me, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, that's how life is sometimes.
Either it's happiness or it's a lesson.
Yeah.
And I feel like this life was definitely lesson on lesson on lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, the past life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How past life affects current relationships. That is interesting, because there's not a lot. Actually, we do have some new love here.
Yeah. Maybe Yannick, in your past life was someone who tried to help you.
Maybe.
You know, maybe
I don't feel like you succeeded, but
no.
You tried.
But maybe you guys got pulled away from each other before you reached your teenage years. So you get a new choice,
a second
run in this life. That's very beautiful, actually.
It is. We have so many reverse cards, Jesus.
Yeah.
King of Buttons, rut and routine, boredom, stagnation. I feel like this is more so what I have to be conscious about in my relationships now, because it is sort of one of those things that you have to watch out for in a relationship in general, I feel like.
Yeah.
That you don't go into this whole thing where it's just like every day and, you know, you do the same thing every day and everything happens the same and this and that, and you have to like freshen it up and do other things and go on dates and go do these things. And I feel like
you're good at that.
We are good at that, but I have not been in past relationships before this one.
That's interesting. So I do feel that Yannick is connected with a past life.
If he's connected with all this learning and all this, that would make sense, because this is something that I have had to learn already that you need to watch out for, because that, like, running in the same circles over and over is like literally the death of any healthy relationship. Didn't show you this card.
Take note, people.
Take note. Don't get stuck in a rut.
No.
It's bad for relationships.
Yes.
Get out. Go for a drive. Do something weird.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yes.
And then we have how past life affects current aspirations. Huh. Oh. Knight of Cups. We have proposal, romance, charmer.
Oh, twin moment.
Well.
Well.
I feel like this card could be connected to what I do on YouTube.
Yes.
I wouldn't say I'm trying to romance you guys, but like I'm trying to build something beautiful. Like we are trying to build something really beautiful, and a really beautiful community with a lot of love and a lot of, you know, being there for each other and you know, lifting each other up. And I feel like that is what I'm doing. If I come off as charming, like, I don't know, but
I know that you do, because I see the comments, you know. So let us know that is right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like that is highly related to YouTube, and also not necessarily only YouTube, but also in my whole work career in general, I have been all about, you know, people and helping people and, you know,
being
be a
charming
persona
and polite.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Like, it's like a whole. I used to be a cabin crew before. You know, so like, this makes sense. Service has always been like service and people.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense.
It does.
It does make sense. The last one is current life's purpose.
Ooh,
this one is scary.
Legit.
Am I the only one who feel like I'm airing out my dirty laundry now? Like, what is my life purpose? This is right here.
Bam, 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 bam. I'm
you
ready
want to see
it.
it for me?
Wow. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you remember I said it would be fun if we had one of the special cards?
That is one of the special cards.
Yeah, it is.
The Beyond.
The Beyond.
To reach the soul.
This is so beautiful.
And it makes sense because in the past life you couldn't reach.
I couldn't reach. Yeah, I tried, but failed. Well, I wouldn't say I failed, but I was.
This is so.
This is just so beautiful.
It is.
You know.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a lot. Higher being belief.
You can make this up.
No, this is too good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So maybe you guys are just, you know, my life's purpose, you know? That is so cheesy, but you know.
That is so
that is beautiful. I feel like we came full circle.
We did.
This was amazing. I cannot wait to do this for you.
No. Oh God, I hope it.
And I'm gonna do a lot of drinking wine next to you going,
yes.
This is interesting, just like you did. Let me know what you guys thought of this whole thing, if we should explore more of our past together.
Oh yeah.
Maybe with Sandra too.
Yeah, give it a thumbs up.
And yeah, also go watch her video as well. It's probably gonna be amazing as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, remember to press the like button. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, where we dive into, you know, past life and futures and, you know, tarot in general. We're very excited about it. We have a series coming up and we're very excited about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!